As the old song goes, sometimes freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. And if there's one thing Frank has, it's nothing to lose.
Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing.
The Punisher, Season 2. And to be honest, I'm not even sure why I'm doing this. I haven't been doing reviews of things lately, and on top of that, my channel hasn't really been going anywhere, and Netflix is probably going to cancel this right afterwards because of their deal with the MCU. But it's doing pretty good so far, and I have to say, one of the big things that I like is that they're taking Frank out of his comfort zone. They're not just rehashing some old story. I also like the fact that he isn't going after a superhero in this. But there's a lot to unpack, and before we do, I just want to give you a quick rundown of what I'm supposed to be doing around here. In theory, I'm a storyteller looking into how and why we tell stories, reviewing things like that. Click the subscribe button if you'd like. I'd really like to build subscribers, but like I said, I've been being lazy lately. But for right now, we're talking about what I think is the quintessential Punisher stories, because I think that these guys really get right what you need to really do, which is the PTSD, which is the craziness, which is all of the themes of how damaged someone like Punisher has to be. I mean, it's like a Batman story, but not. And before we even go into spoiler section for the first episode, I have to say, I went into this season not with a lot of expectations, because I already knew Jigsaw was showing up and not going to be, well, Jigsaw. But at the same time, I also want to take a look at the fact that there are consequences to when people act this way. And yeah, Frank crosses the line between villain protagonist and anti hero a lot, but at the end of the day, Frank is portrayed as a good guy trying to get by. And they do that well, so I'm still giving this series a gold rating. But now let's talk about the episode itself, so throw this up there.
So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time. Ba-dun-dun-dun.
So yeah, the first episode opened somewhere I didn't think anyone would, with him hooking up with a one night stand in a bar. And they even forecast the fact that the one night stand isn't the one he's going to have to save. Which, hey, good props. You don't introduce a love interest just to have them be the one in danger. You have a bitch next door that's going to be the one in danger. And yeah, near the end of the episode, we get a little bit of a payoff from last year's story where we see what happened to Jigsaw, and we get a couple flashbacks to him in here and there, just to remind everyone who the villain's going to be. But let's be honest here. For the most part, this is a pretty WTF thing. We've got Frank driving across country with his new alias and just stopping in a random bar and meeting the new cast. All in all, it's not too bad. It even gives us a good reason why he gets involved. Heck, it even gives us the how he gets involved. Because at the end of the day, this girl who's in way over her head and has some sort of computer, who's being a douche to him actually, ends up in trouble. And what do you do when you have the skills to help someone? Let me just be frank here. Well, I can't be frank because I don't have his skills, but you know what I mean. Even I, whose best defense and capability in a fight is not in the face, not in the face, says things like, hey, are you giving this woman a hard time when I see someone giving someone a hard time? And we see that with him a lot. But then you understand that he isn't necessarily just being a good Samaritan. He puts it best in the episode. Just a guy who isn't smart enough to stay out of trouble. See, superheroes don't need to go out and look for fights. Heroes and anti-heroes don't need to be patrolling the street. But when they do see someone in trouble, they have to help. Even a villain protagonist can do that. And that's where Punisher lies. Then again, his one night stand did get shot, so I giveth and I taketh away the credit for good writing. But what do you guys think? Are you interested in the rest of my thoughts as this goes on or not? And if so, hit that like and share button, help me spread the word of my channel. And of course, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button because I'm going to try to get back into doing this. And for right now, a big thank you to my patrons that make this possible. But just remember, at the heart of every story, there's a reason why we tell it. And I get the feeling before the end of this season of Punisher, I'm going to see what that reason is. So if you're interested in keeping up, let me know and tell me what you think below. I hope you have a good night. and thank you for walking with me through the heart of Punisher, Episode 1 of Season 2.